Alright guys, so today we are going to talk about my newly built gaming rig and streaming rig here. It's going to be a bit different from the usual content here. This is the PC I used to live stream over on twitch.tv/killerchris. I'll leave that link in the description below, as well as links to other things here. So this is going to be the first piece of like non-strict gaming content or World of Warcraft content. We're going to do some more IRL stuff here on the channel as well. So leave a like if you like the video and comment what other IRL stuff you would like to see, or if you want Chris, just make WoW guys. I want to see more WoW guys, just WoW guys, WoW guys. Like there'll still also be a few IRL stuff here and there. But yeah, leave a comment of what you thought of the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want notifications. Alright guys, the most expensive / most powerful PC on twitch.tv here guys. Take a look at it.
Alright guys, here you can see the project. We have the old system over there on the far hand side, and we have the new case here. So most of the hardware from old project servers is gonna go into this new build, basically with the same hardware. A lot of the water cooling is being swapped out. It's getting some more cooling in. Because like I am actually limiting on performance in temperatures in the build over there due to the lack of radiators. There's not quite enough radiators to cool all this stuff and overclock it at the same time. So that's what we will be doing. I was about to say today, but I think I'm gonna say in this video, because this is gonna take a bit more than a day, and I have to stream later tonight as well. So here we have like some of the initial concept. There's gonna be the dual socket motherboard from the streaming PC here. Yes, that's gonna be here. And the Maxwell Titan X is gonna be here. Just test fitted like the new sleek cables I got. Like they have some super cheap ones, but they're nice. I like them. They glow super nicely underneath the UV light. Over here we're gonna have two of these Helix reservoirs from Alphacool. I think it was Alphacool. Eisbecher something in Germany, or something German. They're gonna go into two of these pumps, both EK pumps. I'm gonna reuse the other D5 I had, and yeah, they're gonna go into here. And on this one, boom, sliding out radiator mount, there's gonna be two quad 120 radiators, and I'm gonna see if I can like jerry rig a triple 120 up here, and I'm gonna put the 220, the double 120 in the back here, if I can fit it. So that's the plan for this build here. But then you might think, oh Chris, there's two motherboards over there. Yes, the RTX 2080 Ti is going to go here. I actually just received the riser cable. It's a 60 centimeter long riser cable. I'm planning to see if I can fit it through here and then over to the gaming system, which is going to be mounted here. I've already modded in and test fitted the standoffs here. So I can literally just plug on a motherboard and screw it in. So yeah, that is it for the and hard drive mounts and cable management. So there's not going to be so much cable management room, since this one here is actually going to clunk and off to somewhere else with this one. Yeah, it's not easy when you're both cameraman and such. But yeah, and then this one here close, and then I'm gonna cut holes here in the back and put in a rubber grommet, something like this here, to and then I can feed in my USB cables and stuff, and have like the cable extensions I use over here in this build. So you can see we have these cable extensions, the Ethernet extension. These here won't be necessary, the video card extensions. But yeah, that's how it's gonna go. And right now the system is actually decently cold. It's not doing anything right now, so but like this tube here would literally be warm to the touch. So yeah. So from that we can conclude that it's not because of lack of heat transfer to the water cooling system, because yes, the liquid gets really warm.
Okay, so for the specs here for the graphics card for the gaming system, we have a RTX 2080 Ti Strix water cooled with a Corsair water block to push all the sweet details and keep the quality of the gameplay looking as crisp as we possibly can. Frame rates is not necessarily that important when we are streaming, because we only need to push 60 FPS. Although I like to have a higher FPS running on my gameplay as well. Really nice graphics card. I got a sweet deal on that. Yeah, and for the CPU for that system, we have a i7 4790K. It's a bit older chip, but it runs on a between 4.8 to 5 gigahertz on a 4th gen chip, which is real nice. It's paired with 32 gigabytes of DDR3 ECC memory. For the streaming rig, we are running 2 Intel XEON E5 2675 V3, and that is very likely a lot of gibberish to the average person out here watching this channel. Long story short, it is 2 16-core 32-thread Xeon processors. So they are 2 CPUs installed in one motherboard, and they have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 ECC memory to work with. And those are real nice. They run at 2.2 gigahertz. Base clock is 1.8, which is very low. They run alongside with a Titan X graphics card, also water cooled. Everything in the system here, except for the memory. The memory used to be water cooled, but I couldn't fit the water block in the mod. Maybe we'll make a modification to the water block so we can fit it in. But yeah, that is pretty much it. And then I have 2 Elgato HD60 Pro capture cards in here. So obviously we have to do a bunch of modifications to the system here to make it absolutely work super nicely. So what I did was that I opened up the back side of the case, and I figured, okay, can we fit the motherboard here? Or should we mount them side by side in the main compartment? And it turned out, yes, there could actually be a motherboard behind the motherboard tray. Right here, right down there, is there. So I measured out if the water block could fit and if the memory could fit. The memory would fit, but not with the water block on the memory itself. So I had to take the memory water block off, and then I mounted in the motherboard by simply just measuring out where the standoffs would go and drilling a hole first, and then tapping the hole with a foam screw after, and then screwing in motherboard standoffs. I have used my iFixit toolkit to screw in the motherboard standoffs, and they went in really nicely. And yeah, now there's a motherboard behind the motherboard tray. This obviously leads some questions unanswered, by how do you get the graphics card in there? What we did was I mounted the graphics card in the front of the case, where it normally is mounted with the ITX, and used a long riser cable to the back of the case. To do that, I actually had to cut out a extra hole for the riser cable to pass through and go into the top 16X slot on the motherboard. And that actually went quite smooth. I'll leave some footage on the screen here of how I cut it out. And you know, when I did that, it was pretty smooth sailing. I routed the water cooling around the back as well through some cable managing holes, and I rounded it up back to the reservoir. Alright, yeah, for the other modifications for cabling, I had to cut out some holes in the back of the case as well, to make sure that I could get the I/O in. So what I used in the previous build, that I used some extension cables for all the I/O, for USB, for Ethernet and stuff like that, and just shoved it out underneath the expansion slots of the streaming PC. Instead here, I opted in to cut some holes in the back of the case and place a rubber grommet in them instead. And that actually worked out really well, and it looks super nice now, instead of having a bunch of extra cable extension dangling out the back of the case. I just swing open the glass door and open the door, and then I can just plug them in after I put them in through the back. It's a little bit more work, but it looks really nice and cleanly. And yeah, that is pretty much all of the modifications. I had to drill a hole for the reservoir mounts as well and screw them in before the actual reservoirs, or before the motherboard on the backside, obviously, not the reservoirs. Yeah, well, true. You have to mount a more reservoir mounts before the actual reservoirs. That is really nice. So all of the water cooling hardware is pretty much in there as well. As I used a lot of angle fittings for this build and a lot of fittings in general. I used 2 quad radiator in the front and a triple and double radiator. The triple radiator could only fit 2 fans because of the height of the reservoir, so I need to figure out a better mounting solution for that. And when we get to getting the other radiators in, because I'm planning to go with 2 quad radiators in the top as well and remove the double radiator in the back of the case. But once all that is going in here, it's going to be a lot more cooling for all of the components, and it should work really nicely. All in all, this is a super unique PC build, and something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Ever since I saw this case, I was like, I gotta put 2 full-size ATX motherboards in there. So I did, and now I have one of the most powerful streaming computers that is on Twitch that doesn't overheat as well. Absolutely amazed with this project. It was a lot of fun building, and yeah, you can check out the performance again on the Twitch channel of this here and see how much it actually pumps out those sweet quality frames for your viewing pleasure. Alright guys, here I'll leave you on with a little montage here, and I'll talk more about why I or anyone else would want to build a system like this here after the montage. Enjoy guys.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future.